So I've been working this summer for this podcaster, Greg Clunis, who runs Tiny Leaps, Big Changes podcast. And I think I am going to double down on my podcast. I'm going to triple down. I'm going to 10x down on my podcast. And I'm going to give up Facebook. And I'm going to give up Instagram. And if you want to see the pictures of my garden, I'm going to put them on Patreon. And I'm going to, for the summer at least, post every day there. So if you are a member of Patreon, I think that is the only place I'm going to post pictures of my garden. And I think you'll support me on Patreon because you're my listeners. And I know that the pictures of what Mike's done here are amazing. Like right now, I'm watering my mason bee flower garden that Patty Armstrong taught me about when I very first went to my very first Free the Seeds. I was like, what are these mason bee homes? And then Olivia came on and talked about from Rent Mason Bees, and I rented the bees, and then I got this is the flower packet that they sent me. So look at these beautiful, and then Patty Armstrong came on and talked about Befriend, and I'm like, oh, what's Befriend? And then I Google it, and it's this is it right here that's growing. And these are hopefully, and then I got the bee balm at Lowe's, and the lavender behind it over there that I planted here. And then the cosmos I planted, I planted some flowers. I'm so proud of this. You don't maybe know me, but way back in 2010, I read Lynn Basinski's, The Flower Farmer. And I was like, and Mike actually, part of the problem over there by the chicken house is it's just too shady. I built the flower garden. I followed all the directions in Lynn Basinski's book, and she has this thing where you make this 8x10, and it was a total bomb because look at all the shade. It just didn't grow. Nothing grows over there. We have a lot of stuff in this fenced yard, but Mike would have to cut down almost all these trees for stuff to grow. I mean, the irises, I transplanted the irises up there, but I've only got 2 irises, so this was year 2, at least a couple bloomed this year. But anyway, if you want to see pictures, here's Mike's boat, the mini farm. I know we have a lot going on here, and that is the only thing I can think to offer. Plus, I cannot give Mark Zuckerberg, I can't take Facebook anymore. Today, I think, was the last straw. And to see all the posts of people about the mask shutdown, I think I'm done with Facebook. And so I love it, and I love seeing you guys. But I feel like you're my podcast listeners, and I love podcasting. The thing I love about working for Greg is I spend a lot of time researching other podcasts. I've been to 1,000 podcast websites, I bet, since I started working for him full-time June 15th. And I love podcasting. If you're listening to my podcast, you love podcasting. And those are the people I think I want to connect with. People who are podcasters, who are into sustainable, organic gardening and making a beautiful place. And so I'm going to try to stick on the positives. Look at our grapes are doing so good this year. Those grapes have been there forever. And just, anyway, let me know what you think, listeners. I haven't given up on Facebook yet, but I think I'm about to.